Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. I know that you're going to notice very quickly that this episode is a bit different than our other podcasts. We're just decompressing and processing some of our emotions after the second day of riots here in Richmond, Virginia, after the incident with George Floyd. Be sure to let us know if you like this type of content and just stay tuned because we're going to go back to our regular schedule shortly after this. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Slightly More podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Michael.
And Shane Cruz here.
Hold on, leaving out the middle name.
Shane, oh yeah.
What happened with that?
SP Cruz.
Shane Patrick Cruz?
Yeah.
In the Amazon show we've got coming out, I put you as the director.
Okay, sweet. Director, producer, editor.
I put myself as the producer because isn't the producer the person who funds it in a lot of cases?
Oh, sure.
Producer.
I don't really know about that. A lot about that. How that works.
Yeah, so the producer usually produces it, meaning it puts it into production, which is where the money and capital is, I guess.
Okay.
Anyway, so we tried to film. I've been filming this new type of podcast called Autopilot. It's just conversations from a Tesla while the Tesla's in autopilot. I pick somebody up. There's a formula to it. You have to watch it to see the formula. Every episode's gonna have a formula, but. We were filming, driving in my car, but because the sun was blaring through the windshield and the phone that we're recording on was right in the windshield, it got overheated. So I don't know if we lost the footage or I just can't access my phone right now because it's too hot.
Yeah.
So I thought we'd come back here to my home, which we can't be anywhere else because of the virus and the riots, and talk about what's going on in the world, which is literally like a movie right now.
It's so crazy, man. 2020, man, it was like, man, what a really ridiculous year.
Yeah. But at least in this case, what's going on, there might be some good change that's been overdue coming out of it. I do want to say,
so, man.
I'm not going to be playing like devil's advocate on purpose or anything in this, and I really do think, obviously, like we're not taking the side of the oppressor. Like we don't want things to not change because of this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, I woke up this morning. So yesterday, first of all, starting with yesterday. There were some riots. I was getting videos of like buses being set on fire and buildings being smashed.
And we're in Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah, Richmond. So we saw all that. And then, I thought maybe it'd be a one night thing. And then I woke up this morning even more. And then when I went to get a coffee this morning, Dunkin' Donuts, every window smashed. I was like, all right, go to Panera. Every window smashed. Every block, every restaurant I tried to go to, other than Cava, which is a Mediterranean grill.
Mm-hmm.
Cava completely untouched. I don't know how that happened.
Super weird.
Yeah. What religion are they? I gotta find that out, man.
Mediterranean? I don't know.
Yeah.
Not really. Olive religion.
Just worship the olive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went there. Everything was smashed up, and I realized, wow, this is super real. And then that's when it kind of clicked for me. I was like, you know what? Like, yeah, this is a great way to make a statement. And obviously, I heard about it, and like, I may not have heard about it as much if there wasn't destruction.
Mm-hmm.
But guys, you live in the city, like.
Yeah, it's National Guard has been called in. There's now a curfew in Richmond City from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Oh, wow.
And so an enforced curfew is what the mayor said, and the chief of police for Richmond said that it would definitely be enforced. So it's just nuts, man. And we were talking about like, the dichotomy of history being made yesterday is on one side, not even mentioning the fact that we're still in the middle of a pandemic, that we're just in the beginning phases of coming out of that, and everything that's going on around with that. And if you're performers, that I know it's directly affected you because it's affected us as performers.
Yeah.
But that aside, right, which is super weird to say that a pandemic is something that's like, the pandemic aside.
And Shane I was like, yeah, but I'm pretty sure I've already had the corona at a point, and like, and then you were like, yeah, but there is some people who've caught it again.
Yeah.
Which that, to me, made me realize, wait a minute.
It's like the flu, man. People get the flu every year.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's just another influenza thing. But, with that aside, with the pandemic aside, history being made yesterday, on one half, you have all the riots that are going around George Floyd and all of that. And then literally at the same time, you have Elon Musk who made history with, a privately funded company, SpaceX, sending a rocket into space with two NASA scientists. And they touched down at International Space Station last night. First time a rocket's been, a space shuttle's been sent off from U.S. soil in 10 years, and it was a private funded company, which is just insane. And not only that, but the day before, I don't know if you saw this, but the day before, so like Thursday, they were supposed to launch it.
Mhm.
There was weather issues. Like literally,
That's
they
probably why
had
they
like
didn't. Yeah.
60 seconds to decide. Like,
Oh, geez.
like once they hit the launch button, like they can't turn back. So they're like, weather, we can't do it. Then Friday, they launched a test rocket with nobody in it, and it blew up immediately. Did you see that?
What?
It blew up immediately.
Why did they launch this one? I guess they fixed
Just as a test. Yeah, just to test it still. And it blew up. And so the like literal cojones of these two astronauts, Doug and Bob, which is literally, that's their names, Doug and Bob, to be like, just literally see a rocket blow up the day before. Or the day before that, like, we're stopping because of weather. And then literally the next day, a rocket blows up. And then they're like, you know what, we'll step into this thing and like take off. You know, it's like
Elon wastes no time though. I do know that. Like he's trying to get us on Mars as soon as possible. So
as soon as possible,
he's probably like, all right, cool, on the space station. All right, now how do we get to Mars? That's probably like his next step.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah. I actually just read something. I've been following a lot of business trends lately. And between now and 2030, Mars exploration as a tourist destination is actually a viable business. It's something that actually might happen. So this makes me think about, so like, let's bring it back to performing, right? So like, number one is, how do you post, especially as, I'm just going to say, especially as a white guy, and what's going on now with the whole George Floyd thing, and the position of, just the privilege that we do have.
And I've been an active ally for a long time. When I was at VCU, I did a lot with that, and but you still have to acknowledge that no matter what your stance is, you're still a part of the group that's in question right now. So just maybe tread a little bit more carefully would be my advice. Definitely tread carefully. Like a lot of people are too quick to speak out, I think, and come from a place of privilege where they'll say things that don't actually further the cause or the mission, and don't. Anyway, I don't even want to get into all that. I've just seen some stuff where it's very like seems kind of tone deaf because they're like, but what about what I'm facing? It's like, bro, hold up. Just
no one cares
aside for
right now.
Put that aside for a little. TikTok, there's a lot of that on TikTok right
now. Yeah, so as a performer putting out content, just be cognizant of like, not during, not just the George Floyd thing, but like, really, unless you want to, it's always a fine line when you are in the public spotlight of what to take a stance on and how to take a stance. Like, during a time like this with this whole George Floyd thing, like, you should definitely take a stance, but you should also be strategic about it.
Yeah, if you have a voice, use it. That's kind of this whole thing. It's like people aren't destroying their cities and going crazy online for you to just be passive. They want everybody to have a voice in this, and the more people who speak, the more power and weight it holds, the faster things are going to get done. We've seen court cases, right, that take years and years and years to have something happen, but there's not. Right. That's because there's not a lot of people talking about it. They will move quickly if we encourage them to. And it's difficult because me in the city, like as much as I hate to see stuff be destroyed, which this whole thing kind of boggles my mind a little bit, because it's like a lot of the stuff that's being destroyed isn't even by the people who are being oppressed. It's by, like you said, white supremacist groups who are just using it to incite violence, to make it it looks very bad on the black community to have, or people of color in general, just to have like some to have all this destruction, quote unquote, like in their name, when really it's just white supremacy group trying to make it look like you know what I mean.
A lot of it they've actually found, particular in Minneapolis, all of the, or like 95% of the people they arrested weren't from Minneapolis. First off, there were people coming in from outside the city. The chief of police actually said yesterday in the news briefing that they have found out that people have come from like states away to Richmond to be a part of the rioting and the movement.
Well, I'll say this too. A lot of it is
just white supremacist groups and anti-government groups.
And sure, there are some people who genuinely do feel an emotional reaction to everything that's going on, and do find this as an outlet, and do think that, hey, if the police can avoid following the rules, then we should be able to not follow the rules and make a statement. And I think that's fine. But I think I just see a lot of white people chucking bricks at police cars right now. And I guess that, I don't know. How is that, that's still kind of speaking their mind. I mean, if they feel that way, maybe they have the right to. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to condone or support any destruction, even though I kind of understand where it's coming from. You know what I mean?
I support the context of it.
Yeah,
not necessarily the destruction. I understand why.
I love
the
spray paint saying, say his name, George Floyd. Like, man, that dude really got murdered for no reason by police officers, where this has been a recurring problem again and again and again. Each year there's tons more that surface and become a big deal. Yeah. We really probably should be raising awareness about him in every possible way. I think just in my mind, I just don't know that the destruction is the way to do it. But I mean, it's making stuff move. So I feel bad for business owners who were already struggling because of coronavirus, and then now they've got to deal with all this damage.
Yeah,
hope they have good
crazy.
insurance.
They got to shut down even longer. I mean, we're just driving around. I'll probably throw some footage in, actually, just of businesses just being boarding up.
Yeah.
People that own the business are boarding the businesses up so that the windows don't get smashed in and their stuff taken. So now they've got to close down even longer for who knows how long. So it's just crazy. So if you have a platform, if you're out there on socials and you're putting out content, I mean, I would say that I would encourage you to actually speak up and say something. I'm to be quite open. I mean, I haven't said anything yet on mine because I'm not sure what to say, but I do know that saying nothing is almost worse.
Yeah, and one thing that I think I should say as an ally in this too is that don't assume that just because this is a problem that's been ongoing that people are okay with it, and don't assume that it's normalized for people. When stuff like this happens, it brings back up a lot of emotions that people of color suppress. I'm not speaking out of my own experience. I'm just going off what I've seen online, what people have said. So I'm kind of repeating information here, but if you have anybody who that this is affecting or is bringing emotions about, just make sure to ask them how you can support them.
Yeah.
Same thing with the business who are affected, whether it's a black or a white owned business, maybe reach out and see how you can support them. Because really at the end of the day, it should be us, as a group, as a collective, as a city, as a country coming together to, turn about some change. And I think in this case, the police force and how they're,
held accountable.
Yeah, they're being held accountable. So
yeah, definitely use your voice for good. Definitely say something. I mean, I know of a particular extremely popular card company, like a playing card company, that is quite open about their feelings on this, to the point of saying, if you don't believe what we believe, we're just going to block your account from our social medias, which is their right to do that.
Yeah, right.
Which is. I don't think I'm in the place. I know I am not in the place to say that point of view is right or wrong, or the destruction is right or wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, I think that it's all just necessary.
Yeah, and I'm sorry if I seem unsure, because I don't want people to watch this and think that I seem unsure of where I'm at with this,
right.
And that I don't have a side, because clearly, I really hope that George Floyd gets some justice,
Yeah, third-degree murder, man. It's freaking ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's just unreal, man.
I think what I'm trying to say is I'm sorry if I seem unsure. I'm processing this, and I know that my city just got changed forever, and this is changing the country and the way we see things forever. And really, now I'm trying to figure out how to manage really high tensions, and obviously me not being in the favorable party for understandable reasons. I just hope that me being an ally comes across, and but I think in this way though, I'm not looking out for my concerns first. That's something I'm willing to bear.
Yeah.
For the sake of the overall, I don't even know if there's an outcome, but hopefully an outcome.
Right. Yeah.
Because me facing this for just a few days, here, is nothing compared to facing it for decades. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I understand.
Absolutely.
I totally understand that.
Yeah. So yeah, make sure. I mean, crazy time. Make sure you're being cognizant of what you're saying or not saying and putting out. Don't be insensitive, right? Just be aware, right? Everybody is watching.
encouraging you to be a part of this as opposed to just being a bystander. I think that's going to do more harm in this case because this is happening because so many people have been a bystander in the previous cases like this. This is really the time to take action, I think. So.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in on this one. Thanks for sitting through with it. I think a lot of you guys will find that you're thinking very much the same way as we are and processing with us. So thanks for being here to process with me and Shane.
Yeah. A side note, big things coming for Chris. He got the Amazon, the Beyond the Magic that we put out 35 episodes of when we first started together. It's coming out on Amazon.
Yes.
So be on the lookout for that. Look on Chris's socials. We'll put links to it for that. Make sure you check it out. I think you can leave reviews, right?
Yeah, I don't make any money off of it, so I'm not promoting myself here.
Yeah.
I just go watch it. If you would enjoy it. Yeah, I put it on Amazon because I thought it'd be really cool to say I have a show on Amazon. They don't just let anything be on there, so give it some sort of credibility.
Right. If you watch this on YouTube, which you more likely are, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the notifications button. We hope to be putting out more content on YouTube. A lot more content. The reason you haven't seen it on YouTube is because it's all going on Instagram right now, Chris's Instagram. So make sure you're checking out Chris's Instagram, Chris Mike Magic. There's live videos every day. There's magic tricks every day. Make sure you're following Chris on there if you are not already.
Priority number 1 for now. That's where a lot of my attention is. So go Chris Mike Magic. Check it out. You'll be a part of this crazy growth and this journey, and you'll really get to see it unfold, in real time. I don't know where it's going yet, but it's going somewhere.
Yeah, you'll see that this space looks familiar because we're in your Instagram
live
live
filming
place.
I think my batteries are low or something.
Oh, dang.
Which with batteries, I thought batteries were an all or nothing thing. But
interesting. All right. Well,
thanks for watching this, guys.
That's it. See ya.